Jolanthe, could you please share your thoughts on how to deal with the initial rush of feelings of sadness, loneliness, and desperation? And it seems like a jolt to our belief systems after we realized that we were subject to narcissistic abuse.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much for your wonderful questions, Atash. And so first of all, when I think of narcissistic abuse, I'd like to say it's completely normal that we feel sad, that we feel worthless, that we
Mm-hmm.
feel unvaluable. And so I think the first thing is really to accept it and don't judge ourselves for feeling the way you are feeling about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have been experiencing this abuse for so many
Mm-hmm.
years. And as children, we don't realize that our parents have been harming us. We started believing that we are wrong. There is something wrong with us. We
Right.
are not lovable. We are the bad children. That we're worthless.
Right.
So I think that's first of all to realize that it's not you. It has nothing to do with you. You are valuable and you are a miracle, like all
Mm-hmm.
of us, like every other person. Now, being an adult, we need to take the responsibility for our life and realize I'm not the little child that I used to be in the past. I'm not
Right.
vulnerable anymore. I am a strong person. I am an adult. I can take responsibility for my life. And we can. We need to leave the past where the past is and start
Right.
from today.
Right.
So depends really on how you are feeling right now. You may need a therapy. I am not a therapist. I am a coach and I am supporting people on the journey, but I
Mm-hmm.
am not a therapist. And I'm sharing my own learnings and my own
Mm-hmm.
experiences. But
Right.
depends on your circumstances. You may consider a therapy, which is something that I would really advise everyone to go
Right.
through at least a part of a therapy.
Of course.
But then on long term, the journey, it starts then with you. It is then your job, your responsibility. And one really big part of it is to start loving yourself, start
Mm.
practicing self-love, because many of these wounds from the past, they are coming
Mm.
because you feel worthless, but you're not. So
Right.
realize that you are valuable, that you are loved, that you are just a gift to this world. And yes, it is difficult to realize it and to see ourselves as
It
being a
is. It
gift
is.
and
Right.
seeing ourselves as being hugely valuable,
Yeah.
but you are. So this is a part of the journey to give yourself this love every single day. Tell yourself, I am valuable, I am lovable, and it doesn't matter what my parents did to me, and it doesn't matter the thoughts that I'm thinking. It's just
Mm-hmm.
thoughts. These thoughts, they are
Right.
lies. They are not true. So practice
Right.
self-love, and it's so simple. Bring it into your everyday routine. Every morning, tell yourself, I am valuable. You can do it through journaling. There is different
Right. Right.
exercises and tools that I'm using and I'm sharing as well. And it's so simple. And you'll see that over time, the more you give yourself the love and the attention, you will get away, you will distance yourself from the limiting beliefs that you have been caused by your parents.
Right.
The
Right.
second thing is practice meditation and mindfulness, because
Mm-hmm.
during meditation and mindfulness, we then realize what is going on in our heads, all the thoughts that are going on there. And many of
Right.
those thoughts, they are, I'm not good enough, I'm stupid, I am,
Yes.
I
Yes.
am, all this inner chatter, inner critics that
Yeah.
we tell ourselves what we are not. We should be better.
Mm.
We're not clever enough. We're not beautiful. Whatever it was in the past, however you have been harmed by a
Mm.
narcissistic parent,
Right.
is what then you start believing about yourself. And mindfulness and meditation, when you start stopping and being mindful and connecting with yourself and with your heart, you start
Mm.
realizing that these thoughts are just thoughts. They are not
Mm-hmm.
true. They are like clouds passing by,
Right.
and
Right.
they come and they go.
Right.
So mindfulness, it's so important. Really, it's so important, because once you realize, oh, there is a negative thought coming up, you then know it's not true and you can stop yourself rather than carrying on and believing this thought, because that's what it is. We start believing these lies that are not true, and
Right.
mindfulness helps.
Right. All right.
Another very important part, and that's probably a very difficult task to do,
Yes.
is to forgive. Forgiveness.
Yeah. Yeah. It's difficult. Yes.
I know it is very difficult, yes, because a person has harmed you and you keep carrying that pain inside you for all these years. And
Yes.
so, of course, it's difficult to forgive. And it doesn't mean that forgiveness that will justify the person did something good, did the right thing,
Mm-hmm.
because that's not what I mean. It was
Mm-hmm.
completely wrong what the person did.
Mm-hmm.
However,
Mm-hmm.
forgiveness helps you to get back into your power.
Right.
Because if you don't forgive the person, you keep carrying on the pain, you keep carrying on all these past memories
Mm-hmm.
into the present moment, and you start experiencing it
Right.
over and over again. So you
Mm-hmm.
experience that pain has been caused many years
Yeah.
ago,
Yeah.
but you are still experiencing it right now as if it
Mm.
was today.
Today. Yes.
By forgiving, really forgiving, you're doing it for yourself. You are not doing it for the other person. You're
Mm-hmm.
not justifying the person, and you're not saying it's okay what you did, because it's
Right.
not, but
Yeah.
you are doing it for yourself, and you are, getting your power back. Because if you
Yes.
feel,
Exactly.
every time
Yeah.
you feel bad, you feel sad, it
Desperate.
takes your energy, it takes your
Mm-hmm.
power.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So if you forgive, you say, I forgive and I feel good, and you distance yourself from whatever happened,
Right. Right.
and you get your power and your energy back. So you're doing it for yourself.
Right. Right.
So forgiveness. I know it's not easy. It has to
Right.
be repeated over and over again, but it is possible. It is
Mm-hmm.
absolutely possible, and it will. That's a really big jump to healing, to
Right.
healing the wounds from the past. And
All right.
once the forgiveness has been done,
Mm-hmm.
for me, I realized the fifth step is to realize for yourself that everything what happens in our life, it
Mm-hmm.
has a reason.
Right.
So whatever you may have experienced, and it may have been a lot of pain, like surely everyone who has been experiencing
Mm-hmm.
narcissistic abuse has been
Mm-hmm.
very painful.
Right.
But see and look for the gift for you. What did
Mm-hmm.
you learn from that experience?
Yes.
What did you grow from that experience? So what is your gift now that
Mm.
you have had from that terrible experiences there? What did your soul want to learn from it?
Mm-hmm.
Because I truly believe that in every negative experience or in every
Right.
challenging experience, there
Yeah.
is always something positive in there. You
Right.
just need to
Right.
look a little bit closer. And sometimes it takes many years to realize. But whatever your gift is now, you
Mm-hmm.
may be able to help others with these
Of
experiences.
course.
You
Of
may be
course.
able to, so there is always something positive. So it's important then to start looking for what are your learnings? Where is the growth? What did you learn from it? And what is the
Right.
gift now that you gained from these experiences?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. I mean, if
So
you're
that's
talking about, yeah.
the that I follow.
Awesome. I mean, thank you so much for the elaborative answer. I think this answer would um, help out a lot of people. It's like a list. It's like a small therapy session for the things that we can do, as in how do we cope
Yes,
up with. And one thing that comes into my
exactly.
mind when we are talking about the gift that we get from these learnings is that if we put the same if we try to put the same thing in a different situation, as in somebody has been narcissistically abused by a partner or a lover or a friend. I
Mhm.
mean,
Yes.
because you can't choose your parents, but you can choose the people that you allow to come into your life. So the next time somebody gives me such red flags, I mean, now I'll be aware that I don't need these things. I mean, even if they seem very good on the surface, then, you know, because
Yes.
now that I have the awareness that these are the things that look good initially, but they give you pain eventually. So I can choose the people that I allow
Mm-hmm.
in my lives.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Jolanthe, can you please introduce yourself and tell the viewers what services would you do you offer through your website or the organization?
Yes, sure. So my name is Jolanthe. I live in England. I am German. And what do I do? I am a mindfulness coach. So I
Okay.
empower people through through mindfulness, through meditations, to come closer to the heart, to start healing, and to gain their power back over their life.
Mm-hmm.
So
Awesome.
I call myself a mindful empowerment coach.
All right.
That's how I call myself.
And
And
that's a good way
I
to put it.
realized myself, it is exactly. So how did I start with this? A few years ago, I have my own business. And a few
Mm-hmm.
years ago, I started feeling very unhappy, and I realized I ended up with a burnout and depression and panic attacks.
Oh.
And so I thought, what is going on with me? Why is all this coming? And so I started a little therapy for a few months,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized that there was many things going on inside me, but I think the root that it all originated from was my
Mm-hmm.
father being a narcissist.
Okay.
So I started learning a lot about myself in general, about things, how, things coming up together, my own behavior, my feelings. So all of this journey, I studied a lot. I read loads of books. And I then decided to start coaching people because I had the feeling that this is something I experienced myself. And with my knowledge and my
Right.
experience, I'm able to help other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I also came across meditation during that time. And that
Mm-hmm.
was together with coaching, meditation, mindfulness.
Right.
I had the feeling this gave like this, all the whole basis, like a whole package together,
Yeah.
that I managed to overcome so much in such a short time.
Yes, yes.
That So I started coaching people and offering one-to-one coaching sessions with people.
Okay.
I'm offering
Awesome.
meditations. I'm doing meditations for free, offering them online with
Right.
people where we meet every day together. I'm doing
Yeah.
podcasts and doing loads of this kind of things for free, because I know that not everyone can afford it.
Right,
And
right.
it's not all
Exactly.
about money. I mean, it
Yeah,
used to be
obviously.
for me, having the own business. I
Yeah.
realized, money is not everything. I have
Yeah.
a lot of money, and it's
Yeah.
not everything that we need.
Yeah.
What really to be truly happy is, it starts with the heart. And so yes, so I'm doing this. I just want to see and feel people happy,
Right, right.
smile, and because I truly believe that it starts with you, it starts with me, it starts with all of us. If we start liking and loving ourselves, accepting ourselves, we can give this to other people.
Right,
And the
right.
more you give love, the more you receive. And that's how love spreads. If we want to
Exactly.
have a happy planet, we
Right,
need to
right.
start with ourselves, even though we have so much pain in there. But we need to take the responsibility of over our life, over our happiness,
Yes,
and
yes.
work on it. So yeah, that's my complete passion. That's what I love doing.
All
Yeah.
right, awesome. And I think what you meant by when you said that I have a lot of money is that you have enough to sustain and maybe more than that, you know? Like it's
Yes.
enough. It's
Yes.
not,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Yes. I
Right,
know we've had this business now for 11 years, and
right.
been working a lot. And and it was always something that I thought, you need to have a lot of money to be happy, because if you have a lot of money, you
Yeah.
you can have everything you want. and
Right.
and we have everything we wanted, and we have
Yes.
ourselves, we have our health, we have a wonderful family, and everything
Yes,
is
of
there.
course. Of course.
I haven't been happy.
Yeah.
So the reason was, there was all inside me, and I realized
Right.
that it starts here. The happiness is not the brand new car, it's not
Of
the big
course.
house, it's not the jewelry or the
Right.
branded clothes that we wear.
Yeah.
Happiness is
True.
here inside.
True.
All of us, we look for happiness out there. We are
Yeah.
not looking for happiness inside us.
Yes.
And that's
Yes.
what I realized. I knew it, of course I knew it, but I felt it. And
Yeah.
if you know it from your head, it's a different thing than knowing it and
Yes.
feeling it with your heart.
Yes. Of course.
So
But these are things,
yeah.
these material things are just for instant gratification. They give you happiness or just distraction from your routine things for a very small period of time. It's not
Yes.
something
Yes.
that will, stay with you. All right. Um, Another question that I have from you is, um, if you can just speak a little bit about having healthy boundaries, what it means. I mean, how would you put it in realistic terms, as in what we can do, the things that a person can do, and why is it crucial? Why is it crucial for everyone? I mean,
It's
yeah.
crucial for everyone. Exactly. It is, I think it's a key to a healthy and happy relationships, or to healthy and happy relationships with others.
Awesome.
And I think we have to go back again, because it all starts again with us and
Right.
with self-love and how we see ourselves.
Right.
That's the very first step, because how you see and how you perceive yourself, this is how the other people see you. So if you
Right.
see yourself as being a valuable person, a person who deserves to be treated with love, with respect, with compassion, with
Yes.
kindness, that's how you feel about yourself. That's what you attract to others, and
Right.
that's what others give to you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think deep inside and you feel that you're worthless, that you're not good enough, you don't really deserve love, you're not valuable. That's how the other
Mm-hmm.
people perceive you as well, and that's
Right.
how the other people treat you as well.
Exactly. Yes.
So if you want that other people treat you with love, with respect, with compassion,
Mm-hmm.
then you need to start treating yourself like that first. That's
Right.
the very, very first step. That's the basis.
Right.
That's the
Right.
basis. And once we start changing this about ourselves,
Right.
we will see that everyone around us will
Yeah.
start changing as well.
Right.
Because you start realizing I am valuable. And if you feel valuable, you automatically, you stand differently, you present yourself differently, you speak differently, you treat
Right.
yourself differently. And
Right.
the
Right.
other people, they will feel it, they will see it.
Yeah.
So that's the very, very first. And there we are again. Start practicing self-love.
Self-love.
Self-love
Yes.
is the self-love. And
It's
I know
like the
many people
survival
say
skill.
self-love. I know people see it in a very negative way, self-love. They think it's being selfish, but that's not the way. Self-love
Mm-hmm.
is really treating yourself with love and respect, and then giving exactly the same to other people,
Right. Right.
the same love, the same respect. So
Mm-hmm.
self-love, very, very important. I think this is, for many problems that we experience,
Right.
the answer. I think that's the answer, self-love.
Okay.
And then, in the second step, I would say write down what you don't want that people, how you don't want people to treat you.
Correct.
So if you don't want people to criticize you, if you don't want people to bully you, if you don't want
Right.
people to ignore you or to tell you
Mm-hmm.
nasty, rude things,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, write these things down on a paper just to be aware. What is it really that I don't want?
Right.
What what is there that doesn't make me feel good?
Exactly. That's like
And then once
labeling the
you have
things
the
that you don't
answer,
want. Right.
exactly, things that you don't want, because I
Right.
think that's easier in the first step, to realize things that you don't want and
Of
really
course.
feel inside you, what is it that you don't want? What is it that you don't like how others treat you? And you can
Mm-hmm.
even write it down specifically to every single person, because one
Okay.
person may ignore you, the other person may criticize you, someone else
Yeah.
may
Yeah.
tell you nasty things, or
Right.
may make you feel worthless. So
Right.
write these things down. And in the second step, write down how you want to be treated, how you want the other people to behave towards you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, again, something very powerful, because then you know as
Right.
well, this is how I want to be treated. So that's as well how you should treat yourself. And you
Right.
know how you want other people to treat you. And
Right.
then when you encourage the situation that someone is not treating you as you expected or as you wanted
Right.
to,
Right. Right.
you always have the right, and you need to realize that you are valuable, because
Of course.
you are worthy.
Yeah.
You can always set the boundaries, and you can stop people. You can say, I don't want you to treat me like this. Please, can you
Okay.
stop behaving like that? Because you have
Okay.
the right. You stand up
Right.
for yourself. It's so important to stand up for yourself.
Right.
And even though it is probably very difficult at the beginning to
To
stand up for
confront
ourselves,
somebody.
if we haven't
Right.
done it for many years,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
but the more we do it, the more we practice, the more easier it will become as well.
Right.
And try, there is toxic people around us. Some of
Mm-hmm.
them we can avoid them, some of them we can't.
Yeah.
I have recorded a podcast in the past where I was speaking about this a little bit more in detail, but
Right.
I think very important is to bear in mind that you always have the power to isolate yourself,
Mm-hmm.
or cut the contact as much as possible, if obviously you can. Some people you can't, but then there is some tips that I'm sharing in the podcast,
Okay.
how to keep away emotionally from toxic
Right.
people.
Right. Right.
Yeah, but boundaries are so important, so, and it's not selfish to stand up for yourself. It's not selfish
Of
to
course not. Yeah.
care for yourself. It is necessary. So that's
Right.
something that I always say, because some people then think, okay, I don't want to say something not to hurt the other person's feelings. I don't want
Right.
to avoid the other person because the person may think something is wrong with them.
Right. Right.
So you need to care for yourself. It's not
Of course.
selfish to care for yourself. Yeah.
Right. Guys, I'm gonna put the link to the podcasts because I've been listening to Jolanthe's podcasts for I think 2 weeks or so, and they're very helpful. The audio is very
Oh,
clear. I
thank you.
mean, that's one of the best things because when you put something on and you really want to, because you can't see something visually, you can't read the
Yeah.
lips. So it's very important that everything is pretty clear. So I'm going to put the links in the description of the video, and then you can follow that channel.
That's
All right.
absolutely fine. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Um, just one last thing I would want you to express. This is more like expressing.
Yes.
Um, if you can share with us a bit about your story and what got you working into this direction. And I mean, you could have chosen to do anything else, like, somebody becomes an engineer, somebody becomes something else, right? You chose this, and I think it would be pretty awesome if you can just tell a bit about yourself and how you got into this.
Yes, of course. I'd love to. Thank you for the question.
All right.
So my father was a narcissist,
Mm-hmm.
and as a child, of course, I didn't know that, and I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
it up to a few years ago. But looking always at my behavior, it was always like pleasing others, not having enough love for myself inside me, and always thinking I am not good the way I am. I have to
Mm-hmm.
do more. I have to prove more. I have to work more. I have to achieve more.
Right,
And that's
right.
always how
That's
it
what
was,
happens.
until, as you mentioned earlier, with the depression and the burnout. And
Okay.
so that was 4 years ago when it all
Okay.
started.
Okay.
And I had to cut the contact with my father for many years because it was always so difficult and harming me. But
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago, he was diagnosed with cancer. So
Okay.
the journey started for me again. The whole situation came up again. And
Right.
I realized I needed to forgive him,
Right.
and decided consciously to do it. I did it through meditations, but as well, I met him in person.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a very big healing process. That healed a lot, this forgiveness. That's why I'm saying forgiveness is very important.
Right.
So that was with my father.
Mm-hmm.
And as I myself experienced all this pain, all these things, I said, this is something that I really enjoyed speaking and sharing with people, things that I
Right.
did myself, things
Right.
that I learned during the day.
Right.
And I decided, I said, I wanted to help people. So I was doing this and I started speaking to people, and through conversations, there was a lot going on as well for other people and with other people. And that's when I
Right.
then chose to become a life coach, because
Mm-hmm.
I said, that's why I said earlier, in all of our experiences, there is the gift for us. And I
Yes.
think because I am someone, I can completely feel how other people are, feeling after they were hurt, because I went
Right.
through it. And being
Yes.
able to feel exactly the same, but knowing that it is possible to heal and to become happier again and
Yes.
to look forward to a happier future.
Yes.
I know tips, I know exercises, and I'm sharing a lot of those things for free. And I'm actually very, very excited, because I will be, at the moment, I have no time to do one-to-one coachings. I had a few requests, I had to reject some new
Okay.
clients, unfortunately. But I'm
Okay.
working on
Okay.
a program for next year, a healing program, a coaching program, where
Okay.
hopefully we can be a group of more people, where we can work on our inner child, on our limiting beliefs, overcome
Right.
all of this. And
Right.
something I'm very much looking forward to. And I think many of those techniques that I used and I still use
Right.
will be all in the program. So, yeah,
Right.
I think, in every, as I said, in every experience, there is a
Mm-hmm.
gift for us. And so, first of all, to heal the past.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you heal the past, you can focus on your future,
Mm-hmm.
which does not mean that your past will be forever healed, because
Right.
sometimes some experiences, some triggers will come
Some
up,
triggers.
and then we
Yes.
need to work a little bit more. But
Yeah.
this is life, that will
Right.
always happen. This is life, because it always
Yes.
goes up and down. It's not a straight line. It always goes. It's like the heartbeat goes up and down, and once it stops to a straight line, it means
Right.
you're dead.
Yeah.
So our life will carry on going up and down. If we
Yeah.
want it to go flat, then you know.
Awesome. So I think even if those triggers come back again, this time we'll have the info that we need. We'll have the tools that we need to not react instinctively, but we can be mindful of our
No,
actions this time, and we'll know how we
exactly.
should feel. And right,
Yes,
right,
exactly. Triggers will always come, but that will never be as strong as it used to be when you start healing. And inside our hearts, we have everything, and the more
right.
love we have for ourselves, the more we start healing. So love, compassion for ourselves, without judgment,
Right,
without making yourself, criticizing yourself.
right.
No, that's exactly the wrong way. Being
Yes,
kind with ourselves, being loving with ourselves, listening to
yes,
our
yes,
needs. And that's the best. That's the main healing journey, with some
yes,
tools, with some questions to ask as well,
yes,
because
yes.
our inner child is still hurt inside there, and it will be crying as long as we
Right.
don't give our inner child the attention.
Of
Yeah.
course. Awesome. That's a very good point to
Yeah.
end the conversation on. Thank you so much, Jolanthe, for agreeing to do this interview. I'm really hopeful, and I
Thank
believe
you
that
so
this
much.
video is going to be super helpful to people who are into, this circle, who are into self-love, who are trying to heal themselves. And like you mentioned at the
Yeah.
start of the interview, that you would suggest that yes, people should take therapy, the talk therapy,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
along with it, they can inculcate
Yes.
these things, because you won't be going for therapy every day. It would be probably 2 sessions in a week,
No.
or maybe one, but you need to, have those
Exactly.
tools that you can use
Yes.
for a happy
Right.
life.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah. That's
Okay, cool.
exactly what it is. Yes. Thank you so much for your questions. Very good questions. Thank you very much. And I hope your listeners, they enjoy this podcast and enjoy this interview. And I hope some of my tips were beneficial to some of you. really hope so.
I believe that's something that's going to happen for sure. I mean, because like I said, like I've been listening to your podcast for 2 weeks now, and I know that you're offering something. It's genuine, especially when, like you mentioned, that you had certain experiences of your own.
Mm.
So you've gone through that journey and you understand how things get tough and what things help you
Yeah,
are the things that you're offering people right now. And that's an amazing thing. So
absolutely.
thank you
Absolutely.
so much for choosing this direction of
Thank
work.
you.
All right. So guys,
Thank you very much.
I'll put in the description. I'll put links to Jolanthe's website. I'll put the link to the podcasts and also her Instagram handle because she's quite active on these things. I would also put the Facebook link for um, there's a group that I've recently joined. Um, it's a it's a basically morning routine meditation, kind of a thing that she invited me to. So you should check out that group as well. And if you like what we are doing, so please like and share this video with people you think would benefit from it. And that's it. Thank you so much. Until next time.